For our Magic of the Material and Technology video project, we decided to do it on the topic of the cochlear implant. This presentation was done by Kharawla, Donita Canieso, Sidayah Dawson, and Stephanie Chinwo. To talk a little bit about the history of the cochlear implant, we'll first dive into the creators of the process. It was first invented by a variety of people in the late 70s, including medical doctors like Dr. William House, neurosurgeons like Dr. John Doyle, and even electrical engineers, including Mr. Jack Urban. Dr. House worked with Dr. Doyle as they put the first implants in patients circa 1960. However, due to the fear of infection, Dr. House discontinued his work with the implants until newer techniques were developed. He developed these newer techniques and ideas with Jack Urban, which enabled the cochlear implant to become a success. The invention of the cochlear implant was the first effective treatment in dealing with damage of the inner hair cells of the cochlea, which is otherwise known as perception deafness, a very severe form of deafness. This is an SEM image of the cochlear implant.
The cochlear implant contains the following components: an external processor, a microphone, a magnet to hold the headpiece in place, an antenna, internal receiver, and lastly, the electrode array. Here's how the implant works. The microphone in the external processor picks up sound. The external processor codes the sound into electrical signals, which are sent through the skin to the implant. The signal is sent on the wire to the electrode array that is coiled inside the cochlea. Specific frequencies set off certain electrodes, and the electrical pulses stimulate the auditory nerve, which is connected to the central nervous system, and it is perceived as sound. An electrode is an electrical conductor used to make contact with the non-metallic portions of the circuit. Examples are semiconductors and electrolytes. Electrodes are used in fuel cells and in the medical field with EEGs, ECGs, and defibrillators. They are also used in tasers and arc welding.
The word was coined by William Whewell at the request of the scientist Michael Faraday for the two Greek words electron, meaning amber, and hodos, meaning away. An electrode in an electrochemical cell is referred to as either an anode or a cathode. A primary cell has an irreversible reaction where the identities of an anode and cathode are fixed, while a secondary cell has a chemical reaction that are reversible. Various types of electrodes are made of different material. For example, the counter electrode is made up of inert material such as graphite to keep it from dissolving. Mixed metal oxides are electrodes that have an oxide coating over an inert metal like platinum or carbon core. Finally, welding metal is made up of two parts, the actual metal such as stainless steel and the flux coating. What are its applications in society? The electrode is used in the electrocardiogram or ECG. The ECG specifically monitors the heart rate of a patient to observe any abnormalities. The revolutionary work of the ECG has helped many individuals respond to life-threatening conditions such as dysrhythmias, cardiac myopathies, and an enlarged heart. Furthermore, the electric chair is a past and current use of electrodes, although many states view this punishment as inhumane because an electrode is used here to cause various cycles of alternating currents that would pass through an individual's body and damage their internal organs.
Commercial impact of the electrode. The applications of electrodes in nanotechnology is the reason behind an increased demand for electrodes in medical devices. Some of the companies involved in the electrode market are 3M Corp, ZOLL Medical Corp, and many others around the world. According to today's medical developments in the U.S., the medical reimbursement policies include major medical electrodes, which would also augment the growth of this market.
Interesting facts. Execution by electrocution through the electric chair uses electrodes fastened to the condemned person's head and left ankle in a wooden chair. Other medical inventions or advancements also use electrodes such as pacemaker, ECG, EEG, and defibrillators. Electrodes in medical devices help treat varying diseases including Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease.